Well, good morning, everyone. It has been quite some time. Well, it feels like it's been quite some time since I've done this. Um, and I'm back. I've been itching. I would have normally been a little bit more consistent here, but in my last trip, I was in Montreal. I am going to be flying out again to go somewhere else in the next couple of days. But I forgot my tarot cards. So I took it as a divine opportunity to catch a break and not be so connected to some of the messages that have been coming through. And to be quite honest with you, in my personal journey, I've gained a lot of momentum and a lot of encouragement and a lot of insight. So, you know, take a pause. It's not a bad thing. So let's have a look at the energies right now. I am going to come back to my Denise Lynn Sacred Traveler Oracle here, and then I'm going to clarify with some tarot messages. I do feel that things are picking up. I think the closeout to August was, I was about to say March. So there could have been things that have been happening for you between March and August, but August was pretty insane. There's a lot of energetic pickup. A lot of people have been, I have this really loud fan on. I'm going to turn off. Give me 1 second. A lot of people have been thinking about pickup as in things happening really quickly. And yes, that might be the case. It may be the case that things manifest quicker for you in your life. That things, resolutions that you're looking for start happening really quickly. Conversations that you're hoping to have start happening at record speed. But really, the energetic pickup I'm referring to is more so that things are moving along. So that you might not always see the 3D results of things, or you may, but it might be a little indirect. But things are actually moving along, and I do see this rise in confidence, especially within feminine energies, to just detach and continue to move down their path. So I wanted to get that out there while I sip some of my Costa Rican coffee. And let's see what energies are greeting us today on August 30th as we close out August and we head towards September. I believe we'll be hitting the fall equinox in just a matter of weeks. So, well, the fall equinox here in the southern hemisphere. Spring equinox for those in the... fall equinox for those of us in the northern hemisphere. Spring for those of us in the southern. That was discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. I did put out an energy report yesterday on truth and triggers. That a lot of the triggers and a lot of the realizations and a lot of the conversations or any of the happenings that are happening in your life right now are all making things very clear to you. Miracles, expect the wondrous to emerge. And then great adventure, take a risk, venture forward. I think the risk and the miracle here is you completely detaching and working towards your own abundance rather than staying attached to anything in the 3D physical world that may not be of use to you. Oh. Okay, I will grab those. This is coming into, ooh, King of Pentacles. King of Cups. Damn, this is some serious masculine energy here in the mix, and I didn't expect that. There's a lot of masculine energy here, but with the King of Cups and the Moon, I'm seeing a touch of femininity. So, to come back to the three main cards here, what I'm understanding right now is that whatever is coming up, whatever is bubbling up to the surface is confirming your gut instinct. Or it is confirming something you didn't want to acknowledge earlier. And the universe is just saying, okay, sweetie pie, we're gonna have to show it to you like this so you understand that what you think is happening or what you know to be happening or what you're feeling isn't exactly correct. And I think that those of you who are falling into that latter category, who are being told by the universe, hey, what you think is happening is not happening, I'm seeing that you may have had trouble detaching. You may have trouble disconnecting. You could be caught up in some sort of a fairy tale narrative about how things are supposed to happen, potentially with a person you're connected to, potentially. What I am seeing for those of you who are getting the information that are making things very clear to you, you are taking that great leap of faith of moving into your own journey and moving down that path, which is beautiful. Now, what I see here specifically is that the sun of Leo season and the lunation, specifically the full moon, the new moon in Virgo that happened, really was a game-changing experience. I'm seeing that over time, throughout Leo season, there was, because the sun is a ruling planet of Leo, there has been a lot of clarity and a lot of truth being shown to you, a lot of emotional resonance, a lot of 3D action, a lot of things happening around you that are making things clear about where you deserve to be and where you need to head. You know, I think sometimes you have trouble taking the actions that match your self-worth, you know, because you know you're worthy of great things in life. But sometimes the choices you make and the people you keep around you don't necessarily reflect that growth. But now things are very clear to you on how you want to move forward. With the moon here, I'm seeing that things have become a little difficult. This past new moon in Virgo may have been quite triggering for you, but it is moving you in the right direction. And I'm seeing that the next upcoming lunations, all full moons, new moons, right until the end of the year, are going to be quite interesting, especially the upcoming eclipse season. Don't forget, we're going to have Mercury retrograde, and then we're going to have the eclipse season coming up. So there's a lot happening. I am strongly seeing that this is someone you're connected to. So I want to pull some energies before I get here about you as an individual, what you need to know about this experience. Hanged Man. I already got a download, and these two cards confirm it. You know, I don't think that you've necessarily been stuck, but you thought you were stuck, but things were moving along. Yes, things were moving along. And now, you know, you're kind of emerging from the suspension of things, or the thinking that you were suspended, because the truth is that, you know, throughout... Okay, this is a very specific message here that I'm going to have to channel. There is a separation here between you and a person. That's what I'm seeing here. You may have thought that you wanted this person to come back around. Some of the information you may have received may not have been favoring that. But you are emerging from this time of what you thought was suspension. You've made so much spiritual growth. You've excelled in your abundance related to work. You're continuing to walk away from things that don't serve you. It may have been a slow process, but it's been a beautiful process. You have been working towards this. You have not been stuck. You know, you have been gaining enlightenment. You have been gaining understanding. You're starting to know what you want in your life. And now the miracles, the truths, the realizations, the triggers, anything that's come up from this energy specifically has made things very clear to you on what you want, what you don't want, where you want to go, where you don't want to go, how you want to treat yourself, how you don't want to be treated. It's like the checklist of your self-worth has become clear. You know, there may have been questions around certain things, but there's something about what's come up for you recently that has made things very clear. I think what's happening is that a situation could potentially be on the verge of coming back around in some capacity, or it did with the information given to you. And you were like, okay, I'm grateful for being where I'm at. I know I haven't always been happy about where I'm at. I know I always haven't had the right perspective of where I am in life. But actually, I'm in a really good place. And now I see and understand that. Okay? Now, with another person connected here in the mist, I cannot deny that this is not a masculine energy you're connected to. I would say this could be the masculine energy in you, but the message about you moving on and what I just said has been very clear to me as something separate. It could be that you're in a divine counterpart connection because the moon and the sun are twins in the sky. So however you deem your connection to be divine counterparts, soulmates, twin flames, I am seeing that someone you're connected to, a highly masculine energy, is going through their own progression. And I think a lot of the information you may have received, you haven't liked. And sometimes it gets nasty before it gets better. Sometimes it gets dark before it gets lighter. And I'm seeing that there is a transgression here in this masculine's energy. Okay, they're going from being cut off and cold to understanding what their abundance is and really stepping into their emotions. Now, this is a very behind the scenes kind of an energy. Okay, with the moon here especially, I'm seeing that you may be getting nuggets and slow movements of truth. Yes, it's a connection with somebody, with the Three of Pentacles in the mix. Oh, and then the Queen of Swords. So I see a divine pair here. Ah, and look what reveals itself, the other king. All the kings are on the table. This is crazy. Okay, first things first. If this there's no doubt that this person's thinking about you. This experience, this transgression, this growth is connected to something with you. Either directly or indirectly, you are a part of this journey here. I am seeing that this masculine is making movement away from being really cold. Now, the information coming to you may make it seem like he's really cold and brutal and not really making any moves, but that could just be the beginnings of the dark night of the soul. Okay? Now, with the King and Queen of Swords coming here, I'm seeing that you're both on a journey of claiming your truth. You're obviously, you have your hand out to the universe here, so you are already claiming that abundance. This person could just be beginning that journey, okay? And then with the King of Wands here, I'm seeing that the only thing left for this masculine to do is take action now towards this journey. He's gathering his thoughts. He's putting all his abundance together, gathering what sort of strategies and executions he needs to do in order to get where he wants to go, and he's moving through his feelings. The only thing left to do is take the physical action towards this abundance of self. It's a very behind the scenes energy. Let's see what we need to know. Oh, okay. Nine of Wands, the Nine of Cups came out. Lovers. Now, this doesn't have to be a love reading. I do want to say that to you because for me specifically, a lot of situations and clarity around my father have come to the table. But that's a masculine energy, you know? Okay, so what I'm understanding here, quickly, this person is being triggered. And see, this is the thing. The triggers are here for this person, okay? The energy is here. The universe is pushing them through. They're just not taking their action out of free will to move towards this direction right now, which is kind of the shitty thing, to be completely honest with you. They have a hard time surrendering. They're completely anxious about the unknown. They don't like it, but they're being pushed to make choices around their abundance. This person seems to lack a lot of self-worth and self-value, but they're being told that they have what they need. They just need to make an action towards it. Whatever that action may be, you will know based off of your own individual circumstances and connections. But the divine is pushing this person through. They're just digging their heels in the sand because they don't like the anxiety of what's to come. Sometimes, you know, your abundance can scare you. Sometimes your dreams can scare you, you know? Now, what I see happening here is that as we lead up to eclipse season, I mentioned it for a reason, and we get to Scorpio season, there's going to be a lot of transformations on how this person feels about you. I feel that there might be a better understanding about what you mean to them and how you may have triggered quite the divine process here. I'm not saying that this person's going to come and say, I love you. I'm not saying that your dads or any masculine energies in your life are suddenly going to, you know, dish out the apologies. The beginnings of the understanding begin here, you know. There could be a lot of negative emotions attached to you, a lot of negative thoughts attached to you. But they're going to start understanding that, okay, you were actually quite divine, that you were actually meant to cross their path, and that the things that did transpire between the two of you was meant to happen. There could be communication around that. I'm seeing there could be communication around what you mean to them and how you helped them, is what I'm seeing here. Of course, please take that as an energy. Don't take it specifically, because depending on your situation, things can, you know, be communicated differently. But this person starts to gain a better understanding of what you mean to them. This could be also you understanding and having more appreciation towards the mother figure in your life. You know, you have to understand that here, these are all kings. The emperor has not popped up once in this reading. So there's a masculine here who's really being challenged to step into his power. But that could also get you to be appreciate your mother more. You know, or perhaps you yourself are a mother, so you're realizing that, you know, having a sort of masculine or father figure to your children is not giving you what you need, so you have to step into your own abundance. Whatever it is, there's a lot of appreciation of self, and then a lot of people appreciating you. Okay. Oh, and then the thing was Two of Swords. I think this person is just going through a lot of conflict on how they want to approach you. I'm going to clear up this. I'm just going to end that there. And I'm going to look out for any final piece of advice for you in this situation. Actually, I'm going to keep that here. I like this Discovering Tool card. Okay, I will take these two because they did pop up. Oh! Oy, 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 oy. So, the triggers coming to you are not easy. The thing is, this situation, this matter with the person, is on the cusp of a rebirth. It really is on the cusp of a rebirth. In fact, the discomfort that you've been greeted with recently is just the labor pains of this new birthing, okay? I do feel this tower is over. I don't feel this tower is over. I think it's just begun. But that doesn't mean it needs to be bad, okay? You have to understand that there's a lot of growth happening here in this connection. And you're growing too. And that's something I want to clarify here. As much as this person may be going through the final bits of toxicity before they embrace their healing journey, which the healing journey itself is quite triggering and difficult, okay? So all because you're ending toxic cycles doesn't mean the healing journey just becomes easier. Even though your person, it seems, is getting ready to embrace that against their will at this point, you yourself are continuing to grow. There's so much more levels to your ascension that need to be experienced. You know, all because your person is joining the journey now doesn't mean you're in a better place. And that's why I feel the tower is here. Because the truths and the triggers that came to you, you didn't like. You realized that you were worth more, is what I'm understanding. And I think you could also be understanding how you were settling in the past or selling yourself short in the past. I can't. Like, this is incredible energy. Whatever's going to happen for the next couple of months, as this situation plays out, as we enter the rebirth, specifically around Scorpio season and the eclipses, it is game-changing energy. It moves you both. Again, a twin flame confirmation here, if that's the connection you're looking for, but it moves both of you towards a bigger picture. This could be a long-distance connection too. There could be space between you and your person. I have alluded to love here and there, but I have been guided to also say that this could be with your family, as I mentioned, with your mother and father, but there is celebration just on the horizon. I think I saw the sun card there. Yeah, there is celebration here just on the horizon. We just need to move through this. I think the thing is, you're understanding what you will tolerate and won't tolerate anymore. You're understanding what you want and don't want. And so if this person is going through this phase, I don't see you just jumping in there ready to connect with this person again. You're being put on your own path here. And I think the clearing is finally here for you. You know? So take it as it comes.